Klassen's Comedy Tournament!
As soon as you walk in, it catches your motion.
Leland Klassen's Comedy Tournament.
Okay.
So I think we'll do some of this. Mom's gonna be so proud.
It's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Leland Klassen.
Welcome to the comedy tournament. Welcome. Oh, I'm so glad. You're welcome. So glad you guys are here. This is exciting. This is fun. This is a building. You're wooing for the building. Wow. I woo for. Here's the thing. You must have grown up in a garage too, like me. If you're buildings, insulation. I actually did. For a year, I lived in a garage. My family and I. We lived in the city till I was in kindergarten, and then we moved out to the country. And my dad, I'm gonna build a homestead. That's how he talks, and he does this too. I'm gonna build a homestead. And so the first thing he built was a garage. So we actually lived in a garage. It had barriers. We went up to the well and got water, and we had to heat it. We had an outhouse. It was awesome. But I was sick, so I was like, this is great. It's like camping forever. But we lived in a garage, and people are wondering, how was it like? What was it like living in a garage? And it wasn't too bad. It was pretty good. Well, except when Dad left the car running. Then it was okay. Then it was. All right, well, this is time. It's comedy tournament time. We've got two competitors. Let's meet our first competitor.
Our first comedian hails from Barrie, Ontario. It's Will Twynstra.
Will Twynstra. We've got some history.
I'm Will Twynstra, also known as Valejuardo Ricky Ricardo Paco Pancho Francisco Torres Miguel Juan Valdez O'Brien.
We had a little, what's the best way to describe it? He was a guy that came out and just nailed it. And then he told me he wrote it in 7 days.
Which I did.
I gave him a challenge. I said, come back next week with a completely different 7 minutes.
And I bombed because I stuck in quadratic equation.
He's funny. He's talented. He's going to do well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Will Twynstra.
Hello, everybody. Oh, it's good to be here. You wouldn't know it to look at me, though, but recently I lost 120 pounds. I know. Not exactly what you think when I say pounds, I mean British money. My actual name is actually Valejuardo Ricardo Paco Pancho Francisco Torres Miguel Juan Valdez O'Brien. And you can call me Will. That's what they call me in my support group. Yeah, I go to a support group. We're the Procrastinators Anonymous. Yeah, we have yet to have our first meeting. Thank you. Yeah. My last name's actually Twynstra. Twynstra's a Dutch name. Yeah, because I totally look Dutch, don't I? The blonde hair, blue eyes, just give it away, don't they? Yeah. No, I needed photo ID just to get into my own family reunions. It's true. My Uncle George would be at the door going, yeah, it says Twynstra, but pretty sure it's a fake, son, I'd have to throw him some black licorice just to let me in. Yeah. But the Dutch family reunion, they're a lot of fun, very entertaining. If you get the opportunity to go to one. Just a word of advice. Take an umbrella, because that is one phlegmy language. I'd go into there and everybody'd be like, hoef de hout, de friet, de hief, de hief, de schief, de frat, de hief, de hoef, de fruit. I'm like, okay, Oma, I love you. Chill out, all right? My cousin, she was deaf. She would do sign language with a spray bottle. It's good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, and I did some research on Holland. Holland as a nation, 60% of it below sea level. Yeah, 500 years of hoofd de hout, de friet de hoofd de hout. You got yourself a water problem. If everybody just stopped talking, I bet you the water levels would begin to recede. A month would go by. Where did the water go? Where did this mountain come from? You know? Oh yeah. But I love being Dutch. I do, especially now that I'm a dad. I like to do things that embrace my heritage, my background, and that's what I've been doing lately. Special occasions, I decided I'm going to buy all my gifts at the local Dutch store, and this past Christmas, that's exactly what I did. I went to the local Dutch store. It's called the oh wait, sorry, I forgot the name of it. Oh yeah, Dollarama. Everybody done for $20. Yeah. Oh, it's good. Yeah. Dutch people don't really like me doing Dutch jokes, though, and truth of the matter is, I'm also half Mexican. Dutch Mexican people, proof positive God has a sense of humor. Yeah. I tell that to people, I'm a Dutch Mexican. They start taking pictures of me like I'm some kind of mythological animal, like Bigfoot, right? Weird thing is though, most pictures of me come out blurry, too. So, it's a Dutchican. Actually, that's what I call myself. I call myself the Dutchican. There's not a whole lot of us. Really, there's not a whole lot. We're not out to conquer the world or anything. It was tough growing up as a kid, though, as a Dutchican. But I really wish I had a role model of some sort. And here's the thing. I was down in the States a little while ago, and I was driving through Georgia. And down there they have a gas station with a very interesting name. It's called El Cheapo. Got me thinking, if there was a Dutch-Mexican superhero, that'd be him. Yeah. Just see this guy flying into dollar stores all across America. Hey, wait a minute, mister. Why are you spending a full $1 on that when you can go to the 99-cent store, save yourself a penny? Yeah. People be like, who are you? I am El Cheapo. I'd love to be El Cheapo. Yeah, but what would El Cheapo wear, right? Sombrero, wooden shoes, maybe un sarape. A secret weapon. What would a secret weapon be, right? Spider-Man has the web. El Cheapo basically hork on you and then have a siesta, I guess, right? Yeah, El Cheapo. In Holland and Mexico, though, very, very culturally different countries, aren't they? And in my research, though, even the population is different. The population growths in both nations are completely different. Mexico City alone, 34 million people. 34 million, they're doing something right down there. Oh yeah. In Holland, though, their population is a dying population. Yeah, they need to look to immigration to boost their numbers. It got me wondering, why is that? And then it dawned on me, it's the language, right? You've already heard me talk about the Dutch language, right? The Dutch language, you can say anything romantic, you know, like, well, the sun, the moon, the stars are in your eyes, and I want to explore your universe for the rest of eternity. But it comes out sounding, just not cutting it. Right? And on the flip side to that, the Spanish language, very romantic. And you can say anything in Spanish and it's going to come out sounding good, right? Something like, no me gusta cuando el chango brinca mi cabeza y me jala el pelo. I don't like it when the monkey jumps on my head, pulls my hair. And it's sounding pretty good, right? Oh yeah. Maybe Holland should import some Mexicans. That'll boost their numbers, right? I'm to think of it, maybe the Dutch Mexicans will take over the world. Viva el Dutchican. Thank you, everybody. That's my time.
Will Twynstra, everybody. Stick around here, Will. Stick around. Judges, what do you got? What do you think?
Well, Will, I put Will T because I couldn't pronounce your last name or spell it.
Took me 20 years.
And I guess you get that a lot.
Yeah.
But, you know, my wife is Dutch. I loved all the Dutch stuff, so it really struck a chord with me personally. I think you need to develop more the Dutchican thing, though. I think the concept is there, but I think you really need to mine that a little more. in terms of just the idea of combining those two cultures is a great thing. But the black licorice line was killing me, and just you had some really good Dutch stuff.
Good, thanks.
And may I say, I love what you're wearing today. You look fantastic, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So do you, Leland.
All right. Twins, exactly. Go ahead.
Did y'all really have that moment on our time?
I'm sorry.
I mean, he's trying to find out how he did. And
I'm sorry. Okay.
Having a Leland
I
Thor
apologize.
moment.
Compliment me backstage. All right.
I'm with Thor. I thought it was very intriguing. The Dutch, what is it, Dutchican?
The Dutchican.
Dutchican whole concept is very original. It's very different. And what I really appreciated what you did was you didn't make it so inside that if you're not a Dutchican, you didn't know what you was talking about, because a lot of us are not Dutchicans.
Dude, that's a small niche crowd, the Dutchicans. That would be, you're, never mind, go ahead, sorry.
So it was very cool. And a lot of times people touch something that's gold and they leave it so fast that we're looking at them like, give me more of that. And I appreciated the fact that you worked that. You gave us a lot. And the spray bottle signing.
That was genius.
Gold.
Thank you.
That is the first time I've heard the word hork and siesta in the same sentence.
I heard it at Taco Bell once.
Time's over. Your time's done. Your time's...
That was brilliant. I'd love to hear your perspective on all sorts of topics. That was really great. The superhero thing really hit home to me. And the black licorice thing, I like that too, because Thor's wife is Dutch, so that really hit home for me. So, nice work.
Will Twynstra, everybody. Thank you very much. Will Twynstra. We'll be back right after this with more Comedy Tournament. Welcome back to the Comedy Tournament. Yeah. I've gotten in a little bit of trouble from time to time at my shows because I make fun of my wife a lot. And so people are like, you're making fun of your wife, you got to stop doing that. And just so you know, everything I say about her, she's fine with it. She's fine with everything. Like once in a while, she kind of second guesses it. Every once in a while, she's, what are people going to think about me? I'm like, well, honey, they know you married me. Chances are they don't think much anyway. They're also going to think she's really short, because I always do that too. I don't know why. Like a little midget girl or something. Come on, let's go down the aisle. I'll carry you. I'll just carry you down the aisle. That'll be fine. And by the way, any joke I do about her, I do run them by her first. It's a respect thing, right? I run the jokes by her, make sure she's okay with it, and then I go ahead and do them anyway. But I do run them by her. That's what I'm trying to say. She's actually she's a very pretty woman. Probably too pretty for me. When we first got married, every time she went out of the house, I thought she was leaving me. I'm like, where are you going? Don't go! We don't have enough cabbage. Oh, is that it? I don't make enough cabbage? Just go! Anyway, every comedy tournament we need two to tango. So let's meet our next contestant.
Our second competitor is a small group leader from Abbotsford, BC, Wayne Dahl.
My name is Wayne Dahl, and I'm from Abbotsford, British Columbia. Wayne Dahl leads the pastorate where my wife and I go. It's like a little church small group thing. I asked him if he had any prayer requests one night, and he said, pray for this comedy tournament. I'm like, comedy tournament? Hey! He's like a spiritual mentor. And he's super funny. I am an answer to prayer. Won't ever let me finish sentences. That's why I have a lot of this space right now, so I can at least finish the sentence without him interrupting. I'll be singing, I'll be doing some dancing, I'm a Mennonite, I don't know. He's gonna mess it up in a good way.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Wayne Dahl.
Hello, everyone!
I'm excited to be here. And because growing up, going to Sunday school as a kid, I'm wondering if you all had the same problem I did. I thought Jesus was from Alberta. Did anyone else have this problem? No? Just me? I mean, you know, the flannel graph, and then the verse always came out, Jesus died for you and me on that cross in Calgary. What? Calgary? I remember taking a pilgrimage to Calgary and looking around, where? No. So I'm a Mennonite, and I flew here on air miles, but anyway, just being a Mennonite, I grew up a single child in a conservative Mennonite home, and there's things that they don't teach conservative Mennonite boys growing up. Birds and bees. Mostly about the birds. And there are things that you just don't know. I still don't, but there are more things that I don't know. And as you're growing up, you hear things, stories, rumors. It's like, what? Susie can't go swimming again for a week? Happened last month. What's going on? What? Ew. So I'm just staying, my ears, sacred, gentle Mennonite ears. So I work at a summer camp down the road in high school, and my job at that camp of 250 people was to go to town to pick up supplies and bring it back to camp. And we're dealing with campers every week, and we're dealing with grade 4 up to high school. And one day the nurse comes up to me, and she says, "Hey, Wayne, I need you to go into town, and I need you to pick up some No, I don't do I don't. No, it's gonna be okay. I'll call him up ahead of time, and I'll get him to package it for you." And I said, "That thing better be double bagged, triple bagged, atomically sealed, big silver. I don't want anything to do with." So fine, I drive into town, and get to the Walmart. And of course, if you're at Walmart, where's the drugstore? Way in the back. Great, no problem. But just a side note, the other day I walked into Walmart, and when you're groggy, and sometimes you see a sign and you have to, the sign I saw said, "Warning, shoplifters will be prostituted." What? I put that chocolate bar back so quick. Actually, I kept it. But anyways, I had to walk all the way to the back, and I get to the back, and I'm like, "Oh, hi, I'm here to pick up the package." And she says, "Oh, great, okay." So then all of a sudden she's calling Jackie over. "Jackie, I need your help with this." And all of a sudden the two of them go and they start lifting this box. And my life feels like I'm in the opening scene of The Lion King. And I'm looking at this box. It's the biggest box I've ever seen. There's horses running on this box. There's waterfalls on this box. There's dandelions on this box. It's crazy. Just aside, women, the other day I'm looking around on Facebook and I came across the Tampax page. And it said, "Hey, join the fun on the Facebook Tampax page." And I'm like, really? I have women in my office, and every month around that time I don't see them going, "Yeah! Woo! Woo!" Anyway, back to the story. So I go up and I pick up this box. And now I feel like I'm carrying Simba to Pride Rock, Himmanama, 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 himmanama. and people are bowing to the box. Look at the size of that box. Him-a-nama, him-a-nama. The greeter's like, good luck with that. Him-a-nama. You know, they're opening both doors, and I get out there, and so, of course, I park 2 blocks away, right? So this box, I'm carrying it now, him-a-nama, and it's at that point that I hear something behind me. Beep, beep. And my life now goes into slow motion. Beep, beep. Don't I sound like Cookie from Sesame Street? C is for cookie. How about this? T is for Tampax. Could you imagine that Sesame Street episode? Anyway, so I turn around. I'm like, no. And it's my friends going, hey, look at him. And at this point, I want to run as fast as I can. And I'm going, and my feet just kind of trip in the box. Goes way high up in the sky. And obviously, it's not taped very well because it starts raining tampons upon me. Coming down. It's raining Max. Hallelujah, it's raining Max. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And you know what? It really was raining. But hey, I stayed dry because I had all the protection I needed. Thank you.
Wayne Dahl, everybody, Wayne Dahl. Judges, what do you got for us? Come on up in here.
Wayne, you had great movement, great physicality, great energy. That was a long story. I think you needed more asides. Because you said, at one point you said just an aside. The comedy is an aside. You never need to say just an aside. The whole point of comedy is it's a distraction. Now, one of the rules I learned when I started comedy was never talk about one subject for more than 3 minutes. It's just kind of a general rule. Comedy comes in, kind of in threes, if you've ever heard that before. You set up, punchline, tag. Comedies are kind of rules of 3. So you had 7 minutes, and you told us one long story for 7 minutes. So and it was engaging, and your like again your physicality, your movements, your singing, all that stuff's very engaging. And I loved the Lion King thing. I loved that, and I would really love it if it was a part of another story. In all honesty, because it's one of those things. You're talking about women's,
Tampax.
There you go.
I say it now all the time. Tampax.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the issue was why are we, why would be come up with another angle, I guess, other than the men are afraid of that, which it's like it's been done before. So, and then the other thing, you began with a phrase that I didn't quite understand. You said you're raised a single child. Now maybe it's the Canadian U.S. translation thing, but like I would think maybe do you refer to only children as single children? Because I think all children are generally single. Well, I hope, unless you have married children in Canada, different laws maybe. But
I grew up in a single-parent family, so
I thought you said I was a single child.
I was freaking out here.
That's
so
okay.
I just,
just wanted to clarify that.
I'm going to be talking about Tampax. My mind's going 100 miles an hour. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bone. What do you got, man?
Yeah, the thing that I'm with Thor is that you are a funny person. Like, you demonstrated that great to us, that you got funny timing, you're very energetic, you're very interactive. That's a tough subject matter to tackle, because you're running the risk of maybe half the room not even being comfortable with the subject matter. So that puts more pressure on you to make it so funny that you're pushing through the half of the room that may not be comfortable with the subject matter. So the longer you stay on that, the more pressure you have of making it so funny that they have to laugh. You kind of got to make a decision, because in the first half of the joke, you couldn't even say the word. Then by the second half of the joke, you throwing the word around like it ain't nothing. So I'm like, are you scared to say the word or not? So you kind of got to decide what you're gonna do. And when you were not saying the word at first, I think because you know what the word is, you were okay with your muffling of the word. But I would suggest one or two. Either the muffle has to be a little bit more clear, or even come up with a name that you have to call it to be comfortable. Then that's when your comedy gets to come in, because if you calling it something else, then it also allows people to kind of like, oh, that's your nickname for it, so I can laugh at it a little bit more comfortable, because I know that's what he's talking about, but I can kind of pretend like that's not what he's talking about.
Perfect. Daren, you want to give us something here quick?
Yeah, great stage presence. You were the same character, you were the same delivery the whole way through, which you never varied from that. That was terrific. And I love your sacred, gentle Mennonite ears. I think what they were saying just about the consistency of the story, I think you can go for a long time on one subject, but it was almost like you were changing a little bit the emotional context. At first, when you were doing the first thing with the Lion King and you were holding the box and holding it, it was like you were terrified at the box, but as you were walking out, you were kind of almost having everyone celebrate the box, and that's in a different emotional feel. You want to stay terrified through it all the way till the end when it's sprayed, so that consistently we're all really tight with you, like, and then at the end, it got worse and much worse. So trying to just maintain the same level of we're all scared of this thing the whole way through. Does that make sense, what I just said?
It was actually hard to understand with your accent. No, it was great. Thank you guys. Thank you judges very much. Wayne Dahl, everybody. We'll be back with more comedy tournament after this.
Yes.
Welcome back to the comedy tournament. We've had a couple of great comics tonight. Will Twynstra was here. Great job, Will. And Wayne Dahl as well. Give it up for Wayne Dahl. Judges, who's moving on tonight and who's not?
We've decided.
It's the accent again. I'm having trouble. I'm trouble picking up. Judges.
What he trying to say is,
we have decided.
By unanimous vote, Will.
Will Twynstra, congratulations, buddy. Good job tonight. Wayne, also a great job. Very funny stuff. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time on the Comedy Tournament.
Next time on Leland Klassen's Comedy Tournament, Round 1 continues with Heather Ashby and Dan Taylor. See you then.
I did what I wanted to do. Unfortunately, I didn't realize the judges would be uncomfortable with a certain product.
We got some great feedback from the judges. They were great. The audience was phenomenal. Totally stoked that I get on to go on to the next round. Looking forward to my next competitor there.
I know I entertained, so that was my goal.